Good morning, YouTube. What is up, y'all? If you haven't already, please do go ahead and see the other 19 problems. If you've already done them, then well, perfect. If you need any other motivation to see the problems, then maybe I've coded it or implemented it in a different solution that you may find interesting. So I go over multiple solutions for a problem sometimes. So be on the lookout for those. But thank you for coming back. Welcome back. I hope you all have been having a fun Christmas, New Year's. We are back with another 4 a.m. Vlog. So we're going to be doing array123. And this will be implemented in Python, like we always do for now. We will be moving on to Java in future videos, so I know that that's going to be something that's going to be heavily requested because Java is, one of the main programming languages that are coded in almost every company today. It's used widely. Python and Java are the two big ones. So we'll try our best to make sure you know everything about everything, about everything about Java and Python. And then hopefully we'll be geared towards harder problems. Coding Bat is another code practice website that just wants to go over the basics, so let's do it. Array123. So, given an array of ints, return true if the sequence of numbers 1, 2, and 3 appears in the array somewhere. Okay, so for this one, do we see a 1? We sure do. Do we see a 2? Yup. And we see a 3? Yup. So all three conditions have been met, therefore we can return true. This one, does it have a 3? The answer is no, so we return false. This one, does it have a 1, 2, and a 3? Yes, indeed. So, all we have to do is kind of loop through each element and check if that element is a 1, 2, or a 3. Now, there are several ways of doing this. In Python, I think the easiest operation is kind of going for in. So I think our current approach is to maybe keep track of 3 variables, I'd say, and then maybe set them all to false initially. So something like this. And then set them all to false. Okay, so maybe that can work. And maybe we can try going through the array, so we can do a for I in range. And now I have a question for you. What do we do for I in range of? What goes inside of it? If you said len nums, you're absolutely correct. That is the length of the nums. Make sure that your parentheses are all correct. And what do we always put at the end of a for loop? Colon. You said it. All right, let's see this. So first we're going to check if if I equals 1. So this is not using in. We could use in, and that could be a quicker way of writing it. I think it would be the same time complexity, maybe around the same. I think it's linear time complexity. But don't worry about those things in terms of efficiency. If you guys don't know what that means, it just means how fast is your code, how efficient is your code, and you don't really have to worry about that right now. All you have to worry about is, can you solve the problem? So let's go ahead and do that. If I equals 1, then we can set check1 to true. Right? You can do elif chain, it really doesn't matter. Elif I equals 2, that means that we have a 2 in our array, right? If one of the elements, I, right, I is one of the elements, if that equals 2, then check2 equals true. And if all of these checks become true, true, and true, then we know for certainty that we had to check for 1 in the array, we had to check for 2 in the array, and we had to check for 3. I'm not going to put an else. I'm just going to put another elif. You don't really have to put an else to an if elif chain, which is really nice. So let me do I equals 3 and check 3 equals true. And then at the end of this for loop, we're returning something. What do you think we're going to return? We're going to return check 1, right? Because we need to check if it returned 1. Is it going to be or check 2 or check 3? This is actually very, very wrong, because if we had this condition, then only one of these conditions have to be satisfied. In order for all of them to be satisfied, we say and. Very cool. Let's hope this works. Uh-oh. Looks like we have a problem. Let's see here. So 11241 is false, and that should have returned true. What am I doing wrong here? These are false. Let's see. Oh, actually, this should return false. I don't know why it returned true, actually. Let's go through this. So we went through the for loop, right, basically. It said for I in range len nums, right? We kept 3 variables, and we set them to true if any of these conditions are met. What am I doing wrong here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, I returned false. That's very interesting. How did that happen? Oh! Silly me. Silly me, silly me, silly me. If I equals 1, I equals 2, or I equals 3. What did I do wrong here? What do you think? I wish we were live so I could hear your comments. But if not, the mistake that I made was I didn't say nums I. So that's something that can be quite confusing. Essentially, what I'm saying is, well, in my mind, when I said I thought I was referring to the value of nums I without actually putting it. If I equals 1, that I is just going through this range, which is an iterable. And all that's saying is it's a counter from 1 through the length of the array nums, right? It's going, actually it's technically 0 till len nums minus 1, but technically that's the same length as 1 to length of nums inclusive. So yeah, if nums I is equal to 1, that's the one we want to check for, not I. I just means that have we gone through 2. That means I should have gotten a lot of trues, unless the array was really like length 3 or less. Yeah, and these are the cases, right? This is an empty array, so that the length of that is 0, length of that is 1, length of that is 2, length of this array is 3, right? Count it, 1, 2, and 3 elements. Length of this array is 6, right? It has 6 elements in the array. So that would have returned true. Anything with, I believe, 4 or more would have returned true. And that was clearly the case here. So let's just quickly change this. Sorry about that. And voila. Another solution that I just want to go over really quickly. To comment out everything, just command /. You can put hashtags. Another way for multi-line comments. This is a multi-line comment. And it's a comment. That will not run in your code. Okay. Now what did I want to say? Yeah, okay. So here's a simple solution. If 1 in nums, this is a little bit of cheating going on here, but 1 in nums and 2 in nums, and 3 in nums. Give me a like if you think Python is like literally the most powerful language. Or yeah, give me a like and subscribe. Alright, thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.